Something really important in our platform is understanding how to pass data from one step to another. So I have this email received trigger, and I want to make it so that anytime I receive an email, I summarize it. So I'm going to go to the AI, and I'm going to go to summarize text, and I want to pass the email content into this text to summarize field. If I click on the plus button, I could pass in some references. In this case, there are no references to pass in because there's no output data available. So what I need to do is I need to go to the step that I want to get data from and generate an output so that I can map those values to another field. So I'm going to go to the email receive trigger, and there's no output data. If there was, you'd see a button that says view output. So the way you generate data is you go to the save and test button, and you can use the use mock data or use real data buttons. Use mock data just returns some mock data that we have generated on our server, and the use real data actually goes and executes the step to grab real data. So if I did use mock data, now I can view the output, and this is just a bunch of baloney. It's like, it has a from, date, it has some text as a subject, right? But that's not real data. But for the most part, this is what the data is actually going to look like. It might not be real data, but this is the correct shape. So then you can go over here and you can click the plus, and now I can pass the text in. This text is going to be whatever text is at the time that this workflow runs. So what if you want to use real data? I could hit save and test, use real data, and now it actually went and fetched one of my last emails I received. I received some ad from this app, Appify, and now I can still see that the data is the same. The text field's the same, subject's the same, so it doesn't matter in this case. Now there are some triggers or some steps where the output is just completely random depending on the user. One good example is the Google Forms response. We actually don't even have a mock data for this one because it's always different depending on the type of form that was created, that it wouldn't even make sense for us to provide some mock data. So let me go back to the Gmail step. Let's use some mock data. Let's pass that mock data in here, the text, and we could also do mock data for this step, because it's always going to be the same. It's going to be some response, and this will be different. But as long as the keys to the response are the same, then you can map those keys to other steps. So let's say once it's summarized, I want to send a Slack message to the demo channel with the response from the summarized text step. Doesn't matter what the response is, as long as that response value exists in the output, that's all that matters. So I hit save. And I don't need to hit save and test because I'm not mapping the output of this to anything else in the future. So let's save. And now let's send myself an email. Okay, I just sent the email. Let's take a look at the executions and see if it ran. Okay, so the workflow ran. Let's take a look. I received an email, and then it summarized the text, and then it sent the message to the channel. And I see right here, Tony's feeling very hungry and is torn between eating pizza or chocolate. The email I sent was just basically me asking what I should eat. So I sent a summary of the email. We can even see in the execution what the email was. So if we view the output, you can see that this is the message. You can see that the AI summarized it and it output this response. And we have the response mapped to the response of the message that was sent to the Slack channel. So that's how you pass data from one step to another step to another step. It's how you can generate mock data to map the output to other steps. I hope that makes sense. If you have any questions, please reach out to us and we'll help you out.